Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the one and only Shieshy.
On the road I look, and there runs Mary. There's golden lips like cherries if you touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they all come to meet me, arms reaching, smiling swiftly. It's good to touch the green,
green grass of home.
Yeah, what's up?
Jones, go on, Tom.
No, it's like someone before him. Tom Jones did the remake, I think.
Yeah, he did it again, but yeah, somebody else wrote it.
Also, like Johnny Cash has a really good version of it.
Does he?
Yeah, really good.
I like Johnny Cash's personal Jesus.
Oh, he got lots of the thing that I love about Johnny Cash is that like he had his really awesome career during the 60s, 70s, 50s, whatever, and like during the 80s kind of like slowed down, but like afterwards in the 90s or so, like before he died, he made like really great albums with the American recordings and
doing covers, doing really good covers of
like
songs and stuff. Yeah,
lots of like covers and
working with other.
I gone through all his records. I think like I had this time that I only heard Johnny Cash, and I think that I heard like I don't know if I heard all of them. I don't know if he produced something like 100 albums or something like that, and it's crazy how much like songs he has and really good ones, all of them.
So the guy,
how are you?
I'm all right. You know the guy. The guy that I say it's the one guy that I can actually say he was somebody who ridiculed anybody who disbelieved the globe theory. Right, absolutely ridiculed me for being a globe denier. Took the piss out of me on Facebook. Took the piss out of me, and we were mates. We are mates. But he took the piss out of me relentlessly about it. Right, and I managed to get him to watch a video. And I didn't see him for 3 months after he watched the video. And when I did see him, he literally stood there and went, "For fuck's sake, Rich, the fucking world's flat. The earth is flat." And within 3 months of that, within a year of me opening his eyes to the globe lie, he went from being totally atheist to believing in God. So, and that was me did that. I know that was actually me that made him fucking sit down and watch a video critically and without judgment and just give it a chance. Watch it. I sent him Eric Dubé's 200 proofs, I think, and that did it, man. That did it. He sat there and he thought critically about stuff, and then he thought about what he can see here on this island, and he said, "Yeah, boom." And he is a Johnny Cash act. His act is that's how he started, was as a Johnny Cash act. That's where I was going.
Nice. I have the same story like with a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine we stopped talking from some reason like a year ago. But a friend of mine was like friend of mine something like 20 years, like since the army days. And every time I came with him with a new thing, so he always like took a piece on me and like when I came out with this flat Earth, it was like after I got also like divorced and whatever, and he told me like, listen, you are talking to me now about flat Earth, so I can understand one of the three things. Either that you are like too much traumatized from your divorce and stuff, either you're taking too much drugs, or you are gay.
Or all three. All three. All of the above.
Told me, this is what I think right now. And he actually like woke up like a year afterwards. A year afterwards, he woke up during the COVID times, and it was like it was funny. It was funny, and he became like the most enthusiastic about it and all that.
It's not a
Yeah,
spinning ball. That's all. That's all.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not a
yeah,
spinning
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
Who cares what shape
yeah.
it is? Doesn't fucking matter. I've been here for
No, no, it doesn't
46
fucking
years,
matter.
and it
But
hasn't really made any difference. Hasn't made any difference to me what shape the Earth is or anything
yeah,
in 46 years, except the philosophy of it, and the theology
no,
behind
yeah,
it.
the spiritual side of it, of course. And I will tell you that about like convincing other people and telling them the truth and all of that. I'll tell you that I've been awakened to that thing because I was used to like for years and years to go out and whatever, like in parties, in whenever I like meet up with people, start blabbing with them about flat Earth. And the thing is that I recently
Dude,
noticed, or
you,
like
you, you do understand. You do understand that it's purely the label flat Earth. That as soon as you say those two words together,
sure, sure, sure.
flat
Yeah, yeah.
Earth,
I'm
it,
not like coming to a person and telling him, "Hey, I'm gonna explain to you about flat Earth right now." No, no, no. I'm coming more smoothly. Come on, okay. Now, not that most of them, like agreeing with me or something like that, but for me specifically, I learned the reason why I'm doing that. Okay, like the obvious reason, or like the reason that I thought that I was doing that is like to wake everybody up and open their eyes and whatever, that they will change their mind and I know switch it to whatever is like in my head. And this is like a very selfish reason, but I I kind of like noticed that recently that the actual reason that I'm doing that is not to change their mind. I don't care what this person. Usually those are like people that I know that I'm not gonna meet like pretty much in the next future. So I'm telling him I don't care what he's gonna think afterwards or whatever. I don't care if I like woke him or made him think about it. I don't care about him. What I care is actually to see his reaction to it. Okay, because if he's like reacting with like too much ego, like yeah, go away, you're talking nonsense, stop bullshitting me. I know that we are living on a
so how
spinning ball
triggered,
somewhere in space.
how
Come
triggered
on,
they get,
nonsense. What?
how triggered they get. It's all about what the
Yeah,
reaction is.
and
You're
and
gonna
like
come back
and
at
this
me
kind
with
of
this,
person,
yeah.
yeah, and this kind of person, I know that this kind of person, I won't manage to, I know, to convince him in anything, and I don't want anything to do with him, okay? Because he's not like open-minded or like ready to accept anything, not even related to flat Earth, anything is he will be able to accept, okay? He's not willing to share my energies, okay?
Mm.
While if another person is come to me and telling me after I'm telling him this weird conspiracy, okay, telling me, "Oh, very interesting what you're saying. Tell me more about it." Or like, yeah, or you
What
know what?
why
I don't.
why do you think that? Why do you feel like that? Why do you think that? Yeah, like
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having
and like, yeah, and like engagement. I don't even have to that you will agree with me. Okay, it doesn't matter. It matters his approach. If he's like willing to, to discuss with that. If he's not like trapped in his ego. If he's not like defending himself. And that's the thing that I actually want to know if when I'm meeting a new person. Okay, if he's like all trapped in his ego, or if he's like accepting and willing and whatever. If he's like accepting and willing, so I will maybe have a common future with him in some way. He might be my friend. Maybe he will even like became awakened, became like a part of my creation and stuff. So yeah, I think it's a good way to I know to test other people. Okay, just by the way of that. Okay, because um, I've been telling you, I think, like several months ago about this whole theory of mine of like distinguishing between, decisions or like ways that you're choosing out of the ego and things that you're like choosing out of like basic moral or basic like values. But it's more than that. It's about like the direction, okay, that the decision is going. Okay, if you are like directing the decision that it will benefit yourself
mm.
only, so you are acting out of ego. If you are like transmitting your action to words. Guide yourself, okay? You yourself doesn't matter. This is an act of moral, okay? Of a good moral.
Right, no.
And
You have to be very careful with this now, because you have to ask yourself why you're doing it. Like, whatever it is that you're doing, you have to ask yourself why you're doing it. Really, why are you doing it? Are you doing it because your head's telling you, no, I need to do this because this will be a selfless act if I do this, and that's the right thing to do, and that, like, being doing things for other people isn't it. It's doing things for other people for the right reasons, because you can do things for other people
yeah,
still for selfish reasons, because if you think, oh,
I'm
I'm buying my way into
yeah.
heaven doing
No,
this kind of
I'm talking about something else very important, okay? I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the moments, okay, that we have the freedom of choice. I'm believing like that, as people, with like everyday life, okay, when you say that you need to walk your dog, or you say you need to tie your shoes or something like that, okay, those are not, decisions in life, okay. These are things that you do like automatically in the benefit of yours and the one who surrounds you. All right. Now, if you're talking about decisions, important decisions in life, okay, that you have to make the decision between the moral way or the ego way on these particular things, this is why God gave us the freedom of choice, okay, for those particular moments. We can see in the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, okay. We can see, the snake, the serpent tempted Eve, and she's like, she could have like chosen the moral thing, which is actually what God told her, not to eat from that thing. And she and then the serpent said to her that yeah, if you will eat it, you'll be as smart as God, okay, and you know to distinguish between right and wrong. And she chose the ego, okay, the ego path, because she told herself, yeah, I will be smart, whatever. And she also like gave Adam I think it's called quail or something like that, the fruit of the tree. How was it called?
apple.
The apple. It's called the apple. Okay.
It
Anyway,
was just it was forbidden fruit. It was
it's
forbidden
the
fruit.
forbidden fruit. Okay, the forbidden fruit. Okay. Like
I
it's
mean,
in Hebrew, it's the fruit of the garden of the tree of knowledge. Okay, tree of knowledge. So he told her that she will be smart and tempted her, and she chose the ego way. Now, all kinds of like decisions in life that we are doing, and
hey,
all sorts
Craig.
of like fields that we got. Okay, work, family, friends, hobbies, creation. We always have those decisions to make. Now, the thing that I'm like trying to, and I'm like, I don't know, going now to my creation thing that I'm working on. If you are willing to talk about it for the next few minutes,
Go
Rich?
on.
Yeah, go on. Okay, just a second.
I'm just getting that video you sent me ready.
What? No, the party thing? No, 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 no.
Oh, come on.
Oh no! I'm like, come on, no,
He's
don't show me.
dancing. He's dancing away. He's having it right out in the
No,
dance.
actually, when I
Everybody
said that to you, I was still
at
like high
the
from the
party.
party, so it was a wrong judgment
You
to
know
do.
what I did
Okay, I
to it?
was
I fixed it
looking
for
at
you.
myself. I was looking at, I was
I
like,
fixed
oh,
it for you because it was all on the side, because you'd started off filming in portrait and then you
no, you
flipped,
got to
whoever
saw
it
that. No,
was
no,
flips it
no, no, no.
then. So I fixed it
Please, please,
all, and
please,
I've added
please,
some
please.
effects to it as well. I've added some effects to it and I fixed it. So it looks, I don't know if you watched it.
No, no,
Well, I
no, no,
sent it
no,
back
no,
to her.
no. I don't know. I don't feel like.
No, it's okay.
Uh,
I'm only joking, dude. You're off your
yeah.
face.
Okay.
You're
Oh, okay.
absolutely off your
Yeah,
tits.
yeah,
So.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, come on. Have some dignity. A little bit stayed over here in this show. Okay, I'm like about to also like my next karaoke show. I think that
Funny
will
thing
not go
is,
perfectly.
I reckon that's probably what I looked like when I was dancing. I thought I was John Travolta or something way cooler than that. But actually, I probably looked more like you did, stood there dancing there.
I'm way cooler than John Travolta. Come on, I'm like, you don't know which kind of like movie I'm in. It's like, never mind. Other time, other time. Yeah, it's Friday now. Shabbat shalom. Come on, it's like, let's talk about a decent thing, not like
Let's talk about sex,
midweek scenes.
baby. Hey?
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, the guide for the godly creator. Yeah. This is now the third episode that I'm working on, which includes chapter 4 and 5, and in each chapter we have 4 sub chapters. It's very organized. And so last time we talked about mainly all kinds of like definitions that we have about the creation, and with those definitions, we took all kinds of like conclusions afterwards about what should you expect out of your creation. Okay, if it's something it's something that you're doing for some kind of like a reward, so you probably expecting to you have a different expectation, and that's what actually differs it from the main subject that I'm talking about in this episode, which is the actual work. Okay, the actual
And you
occupation.
touched, dude, you're touching on a subject of what as well. I mean, expectation, that in itself,
Yeah,
expectation is not a good thing. Nobody should expect anything unless you're stood on a train track and there's a train hurtling towards you at 120 miles an hour. You should expect that if you don't move, it's going to hit you and you're going to die. But that's about it. That's the length of
yeah.
expectation that anybody should
Now,
go for.
the things that I analyze it more deeply. Okay, with the principle that I gave in previous episodes, which is the contradiction principle. Okay, that in our life, this is the way that I'm seeing the word. Okay, I know that you're not agreeing with me in that one, but I do see this word as good and evil, duality, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and I do believe that in that aspect, the job, okay, and the occupation is the actual opposite, okay, out of creation. All right, and I'm trying to explain how I came about to that, and also like at the beginning of the episode, I'm presenting some kind of like a dilemma, which is if you, for instance, want to to do like a creation now in your life, okay, to take that inside your life and actually start doing that, so you will need probably time to do that, right? Yeah. So let's say that you are like, I don't know, a normal person, you have a job, and you have like
You have to make
you know
time for it.
you have like the free time and you have the occupied time. Okay, the occupied time is usually with work, and on the free time you got like, I don't know, family life, hobbies, I don't know, meeting with friends.
Essentially, it's the
Okay.
same as cash. You've got your like your cash. There's this much of it is just spoken for, and then you've got your disposable income that you can. And if time is
Yeah.
money, it's the same
Yeah.
with time. You've got your disposable time that you
Yes.
could
Yes. Yes.
you could redirect your
Yeah. Now,
focus.
what's going on is that you need to once you got creation into your life, so you need to decide, okay, now this creation of mine, is it going to fit into my time of work, or is it going to be like on my free time, and then it will have to occupy another things that takes me time on my free time. Okay. Now, so I'm like suggesting two solutions for that problem. One is that you will do your creation on your own time, okay, on your free time, and you'll have to dismiss some of the things that you're doing on your free time usually, like hobbies and talking on Facebook or whatever, okay, social networks. Anyway, so this is one solution, and the other solution is to start and merging okay, your creation with your work, all right? And doing this merging, so it will turn into some kind of like a one thing, and you will earn money while doing your creation. Now afterwards, I'm like suggesting all kinds of like advantages that each one of those of these one solutions offers. Okay, on the one hand, if you like merging them, so you have like more free time, and you are like doing what you always wanted, right? You always wanted to work in what we love, right? This was like our ambition in life, or whatever, right?
If you're doing what you love, it's not work.
Yeah, that's the question. Okay, that's the question that I'm raising over here. Okay, now and on the other side, if you're like keeping your creation out of work, okay, so you keep it like more clean, aesthetic, like without like interferences, without like things that can slide into your creation from the outside life. So this is kind of like a dilemma, and my solution, or like my choice in those questions are the first solution, which is to keep it on the free time, okay, and let it make the sacrifice with whatever spare time that you have for this creation process, but not involve it with work. Why is that? Okay, because the expectations, okay, the expectations are totally different and totally opposite in work and in creation. Meaning, when you're coming to work, okay, let me continue just a little bit, okay. When you're coming to work, then you will have expectations, okay. Actually, you have like a very hard mechanism, like over in the work world.
I would say it depends hugely on what your job is, like what your work is, doesn't it?
Of course. But let me finish up, okay? Let me finish up. In all works, okay? It doesn't matter if you're coming over and they sign a contract, like on writing or whatever. You have all kinds of mechanism that helps also the employee and the employer to put into the expectations from each side, okay? Now, for that, you have contracts, you have salary expectations, right? Okay, that you're like telling how much money you want for your job.
First and foremost, you have an expectation that you're going to do your job, and you're not bringing your outside world into
you have qualifications.
Your work.
Okay, yeah, you have qualifications. Okay, this is actually what the bar standards that you need to put up with in order to get this job. So,
well, I'm talking about most people, and certainly in the UK, you're expected to leave your personal life at the door. You don't bring your personal life into work. So,
of course. Yeah. Anyway, so yes, so you have all of those things that helps you to put up the expectations, okay? And why there is like expectations? Because you are expected to be rewarded for your work. You're going to work to make money.
You expect to be rewarded and compensated for the work that you're doing. Yeah.
In every work.
And your employer, your employer doesn't like it. Well, expects to pay it, but
the employer also expects to pay. Listen, I'm employing all sorts of people all over the world, and believe me, I'm not like I'm expecting to like every day. It's actually tomorrow that I like need to pay them, and expecting that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pass money to them. Everything is fine. Like that I'm also expecting that to keep it like off my shoulders. Okay, I did it.
Because otherwise you're gonna have pissed. It's a responsibility that you have for the people working
for my employees. Yeah, sure.
But also, but the thing is, dude, you're a decent person. There's a lot of employers out there that if they could get away with not paying their fucking staff, they would.
Of course. This is actually one of the reasons I've opened my my place, because my company, because the company I used to work with, usually have those struggles with the, translators that I used to work with, and keep arguing with them. And I'm like, no, I'm not fit into this bullshit. Come on, I'm not arguing about like money, about like things like that. And now the thing is that we noticed that there is like difference, a major difference, okay, in all the expectations thing between creation and work. Because on creation, on the other hand, you don't have any contract, you don't need to have any qualifications, okay, to start doing that. You have no expectations of like salary, of like rewards, okay. You're doing it out of like the holiness, okay, and the respect that you're giving to the creation itself, okay. The creation
I would
itself
say
is much more important than the reward and the things that you're going to gain out of this creation.
there are those people who create, and they, because of their own self-worth and their own narcissism or whatever, they expect everybody to love their work as much as they do, right? And
Yeah.
so there is
Now,
massively
I will
down
get
to
to
the
that.
individual.
I will
and
get to that, okay.
We are
I will get to that.
Kashani,
Yeah.
and
Now,
Craig
I
Burns.
think that now the thing is with creation itself, no, it shouldn't come with any expectations. This is the basic, the basic law, or the basic like rule that I'm giving in this thing, because your work as a human being continues until the moment that this creation is finished, okay. After you created it, you did the service to God and created with this body the creation that inspired you, and after you finish it, that's it, okay. That's it. You finish it, you are giving back the copyrights, okay, and the ownership to your creation to God, and telling him, now it's up in your hand, okay. Whether it's like be successful, I will be rewarded for that. Whatever happens with it, that belongs to you, okay. If you will get me lots of money and babes and I don't know, fortune and fame, whatever, good. It will be like a good sign that God is like telling you, yeah, you're doing a good thing, okay? You're speaking right on my name. And if not, okay, think about all the, not the physical benefits that you got out of this creation, but the spiritual ones. For matter what you learned along the way, which kind of like people you met along the way, who are, who can now enjoy your creation, okay, and that it's like existing in your world. This is the things that you are, you don't have any clue which kind of like benefits it will gain to you. And here, Ritchie, you are the living existence of it, okay. Come on, yeah, you are a friend of mine out of like the creation that I started back then, and this is what we're doing all the way, okay. And this is why we are like, beside collaborating good on like shows and stuff, you're also good friends, okay. And this is like benefits that you can't measure with money, okay. And so this is about like the separation that I think that should be made with the creation and the work. Now there are lots of like questions that pops up out of this a theory or like a rule that I made. For instance, someone is like starting doing creation, something that he thinks he's going to be good at. He looks at it, sees that he's good at it, okay, and even like people can pay for his creation, for him, like let's say singing, whatever, so he can perform and make money out of it, and create more songs and get money out of them. So why not? I'm saying, yeah, that's okay, no problem. But, okay, a big but, is that once you switched over, okay, and started making your creation in the expectation to get rewarded for that, you need to take that into consideration.
Well, yeah,
okay, because
if you're creating
otherwise, because otherwise, once you will get criticism, and you'll be expecting, reward, so it will have a problem. Okay, if you're starting to expect things and not willing to get the criticism. So now about creation, if someone comes to me and tells me, "Come on, your creation sucks. You're boring. You're not understood, and I don't like what you did over here," I can tell him, "Fuck off." All right. I can tell him fuck off. I can tell him,
Well,
yeah, I don't care.
I
I
mean,
don't
you
care
don't
what
have
you
to
think.
say that. You can just say, "Oh, thanks for the input. See you later." You
No,
don't like
or
it?
like
Job on, man.
a different solution, which is like
Don't let the
I
door hit you
understand
on
that.
the way out, eh? You know,
Mhm.
you don't
Yeah,
have to say. Do you
no,
believe in
I
sex
have a
and
more clever
travel?
one.
Do you believe in sex and travel? What? Fuck off.
No, but I believe in a more like clever answer would be, listen, I really sorry that you're not pleased with this creation. The thing is that God inspired me to do that, and he is the one who caused me to create this thing as the way it is. If you got any complaints, I do suggest that you will refer to God. He's there in the opening hours, and refer to him and see what he will say about your complaints. Fair
Um,
enough, right? Like in every good
um, I,
organization that respects itself, the
first I
boss.
would say there are no opening closing hours for God. He's a 24-hour. So it's a 24-hour contact. You don't have to wait till 9
He's
a.m.
the
to go
boss
and
in
fucking
this one. So
speak to the Almighty. But yeah, I mean,
yeah. Now let's get
it's
back to
basically, dude. Basically, what you're talking about is the battle between the ego and the spirit and the soul, and it's you're
yeah.
basically
Just a second.
it's
I
all
haven't
about
like
ego.
completed the other side. Okay, just a second. If like we're getting back to work again, so if I'm doing like a bad job, let's say let's get back to the singer example. Whatever, you're going off on stage, you're singing horribly, you off tune, whatever. Okay, and you're like afterwards getting I know horrible
Yeah,
reactions.
I'll
So
just let you know quickly right now. The way this works in the entertainment industry is it's tough shit. You paid for the gig, so you agreed the price, and whether the guy's shit or not, it's like you don't hire them again. You don't give them any more work. If they were shit,
yeah,
you
whatever.
pay them,
But
and then you'd say no, you don't. Thanks very much. We'll call you. Yeah, don't call us.
let's say you actually really messed up completely, okay, and so you're not gonna expecting getting rewarded for that, okay, and um, whatever, you will be open up to criticism, okay. So if you are switching over from your creation, giving your creation and submit it to working, okay, you'll be under the criticism, okay. You need to take that under consideration, and on that aspect it may be changing your creation, okay, along the way. It's a really big test on how much you'll be pressured to change your creation and get it out of the spontaneous feeling that you had in your creation mode, in order that you'll be all that.
That
But
gets back to the reason why you're creating what you're creating. What are you creating it for? Are you creating it for financial reward? Are you creating it for recognition?
yeah,
Are you just creating it to create because you enjoy
it's
creating?
it's the
It's
doing. It's actually adjective like it's a verb of like doing. Okay, doing, it can either be with doing for creation or doing for work. Okay, so you need to get beforehand the expectations of what you want to achieve with your doing. Okay, whether you want to achieve money or want to achieve, I don't know, nothing. Okay, not you only want to achieve the creation that will be done.
so
This is what you want to achieve.
you just get rid of all expectations.
Yeah,
Have no expectations when you set out to create something.
yeah, come clean. And also like there's another another term that we actually discussed last time about the creativity. Okay, creativity is the actual way that you are doing what you do in order to distinguish the previous creation that were so far in your field from your new creation. Okay, once you want to do something new that wasn't done before, then you are a creative person. You agree with me?
You don't have to be doing something that hasn't been done before to be a creative person.
No, also you have to do something. Also, like if you are like transforming some kind of like old creation through
Whatever you're
yourself,
doing,
it gives you a different aspect. Okay, it's a new thing.
whatever it is that you're doing, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is you're doing. If you're reproducing something that's already been done before, or you're
It's also
copying it,
creative.
or you're imitating it, whatever it is, it's unique because it's you
Of
that
course,
did it. It's
of course,
your
it's
version.
new. It's new. Okay, it's
Right.
new because you
So
did
you
it. Yeah,
can
of course.
still you don't need to create something that's completely new to be a
Yeah,
creator.
yeah, yeah. Of course, to be creative. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
check out
Yeah,
check out
creative.
the opposite. Yeah, check out the opposite term on the work side. You know what the opposite term on the work side? Professionalism. Okay. Professionalism is the way that they expect from you not to invent something new, but to repeat the same work that you did before the same way. All right, in the best way possible.
Yeah.
All right. Now, in the best way possible, because the whole professional work inspires into professionalism and perfect. Okay, that
Well, I
things will
mean,
be perfect.
professional covers more than just the product. Professional can be the way that you conduct yourself as well. They expect
Yeah,
you to
but this is
conduct
kind of like
yourself professionally.
yeah, but the
You
way
know,
that it's
be a
all in their system.
professional.
Okay, it's all in under their system. Okay, whatever like considers professional for in the eyes of the ones who are like holding the professionalism. So this will be like professional and good and worthy, and
I
because
mean,
it's inspired.
simple professionalism is just polite, punctual, and productive.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
professionalism.
and the thing is that a good worker will be, it doesn't necessarily have to be creative in his work. Okay, it doesn't have to, bring up new ideas. It needs to be like, doing the same thing efficiently every time and inspire it to be perfect. Now, on that note, we take it to the conclusion. All right, on the other side of the creativity, because if we said that there is no like that there are no expectations and no anything, it's like the opposite of like professionalism, so it doesn't need to be perfect. On the contrary, okay, the thing is, which is like if you inspire that it will not be perfect, that it will certainly be creative because it will be different from anything else, because all perfect things are similar to each other. The unperfect thing are different from each other. So you'll
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's like it's an aesthetic thing, which is which goes then ties into
it's the way that
the
you see your aesthetics.
the golden ratio and all of that sort of stuff. And that's making it all, that's in a physical way. Yeah, it's aesthetic, physical, material way.
No.
And
I'm talking about
it
like
looks the same. It's it's consistent. It's consistently good, well made, well produced.
no. Listen, for instance, you yourself, okay? You come to create something, all right? So would you create like
I don't know.
the perfect songs that are like now in the radio, like Beyonce and Taylor Swift and shit? Come on, Rich. No, you want to do something else, right? You play some kind of like other style, other thing that won't be like perfect in anyone's like in for anyone's
Dude,
eyes, but certain people that you think that they're gonna like it, whatever. You kind of like the thing is to if the professionalism is inspired to perfect to the middle of all things, okay, then we as a creators needs to inspire to the sideways, to the margins, okay. There we will find ourselves as perfect, because there is not such thing as perfect, Rich. You are perfect as you are.
Actually, what makes people attractive is imperfections. Imperfections make people more attractive than like if somebody
Course, of
like
course. The uniqueness.
yeah,
Come on, you want to
aesthetic, yeah,
give
exactly.
some Barbie. Come on,
It all adds to uniqueness. Like
of course.
and it's the
So
same in nature, so it's reflected in nature. When you look at a tree is not perfectly symmetrical. It looks
nothing
symmetrical,
is
yes, but it's
symmetrical.
asymmetric. It's not symmetrical, it's
Of
asymmetrical.
course, there are no
So
straight lines in reality.
no,
In nature, there are no
in
straight
nature,
lines. This is
in
why.
nature, yeah.
This is like why you know the all the geometry. Okay, came from the Freemasons, right? Because
Mm,
they're the ones who wanted to imitate God. Okay, but to do that in a different way. So they
mm,
say to themselves, "Oh, God like has a
dude,
crooked lines. We will make a
dude,
straight line, and
I
then we have another
no,
straight line,
I
and then we have a
I
triangle." Then we'll put G
I
in it.
disagree. I disagree.
Right. Yeah. Let's
It was the
forget the Freemasons.
Masons. It was the Masons that did that. It wasn't the Freemasons. But and
Come on. Let's forget the Freemasons.
that
Come
was
on.
about
Not relax.
actually like I think you know it was there was a time when science and religion and architecture, you know, design and architecture and all of those things were all pretty much the same you know, they were all in the same field. It was something that we understood that there was meaning behind certain things, like symbols were infused with energy or whatever, you know, certain proportions made things look better than other proportions, you know. And it's all been, you know, it's been now everything's been separated and quarantined off into its separate little things. And science is science, and fantasy and myth is over here, and you know the fantastical and all that is all over here, and science is over here, and actually and religion is over here. When actually they're all the same thing. Science, religion, and the fantastical are all the bloody same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get me though.
Those are the languages. The
You
languages
get
that I
me.
told you. Okay. In every
William
field you
Freeman,
have.
sa,
This is
free
the
man on
languages.
land.
Whenever you have in every field, you have like the language and the thing itself. Okay. So in science, you have the science, which is the language, and the technology, which is the thing itself. With the belief word. Okay, so you got like God is the thing itself. The language is religion. All right, and whenever religion takes over the
Hey
actual
Trish.
thing, this is when lies starts.
That's where we left off.
Yeah,
Was talking about
yeah,
self
yeah.
confidence, and actually,
Self-confidence.
so
Okay.
and I was just saying that we need to be like so. Self confidence is one thing, self esteem is another. They're linked. Self esteem and self confidence are linked, but and you
All
know
right.
self worth
Yeah.
or it's the sense
I
of
will.
self. It's
Yeah.
the sense of
Yes.
self,
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. And this is the confusing thing. Okay. Let's take it to the work side for a second that we left earlier, and
Arthur, I'm very grateful for that,
one of
man.
those three things, okay, one of those three things, the thing which is like being demanded out of you when you're coming to workplace. Okay, you need to I know affiliate some kind of like self-confidence in what you do, maybe like your interview, okay, in your job interview, something that you show yourself confidence that you know how to do this work and things like that. Okay, it's kind of like it's again under the rules of the professional world. Okay, whatever is like considered, being with self-confidence in that field. So this is what I expect you to show up. Okay, now if you are like if you have it, okay, based on your experience, on your whatever that you came with, so that's good, and it will help you on your thing. Okay, but if you don't have it, so either you can you won't get the job, or you will try to imitate someone that have self-confidence, and your lie will be pretty much revealed afterwards. But in all cases, okay, you can see the contradiction between what you said about self and about what it really is, okay? Because what you are like demanded to promote and to present in your work is actually not a self thing. It's a thing from the outside of you, all right? You need to come on with a good suit, right? And you need to speak, confidently. And you need to, I don't know, be on time, okay? And things like that, that is
It's,
not connected to your
they're
self
all,
thing, not connected to your
it's
self
all
thing. It's things that
things.
you put on top of you from the outside, okay? It's your shell from the outside that you are like investing in some kind of like anticipation that it will give you, your self confidence somehow. Okay?
You're talking about a false self. You're talking about creating a
Yeah,
false self.
yeah, this is what they demand you, okay? This
Yeah.
is what they're demanding you at the workplace, that you will present on the outside, while it's still called self-confidence, whatever you said that it's called earlier, okay?
Well, you've
So
got self-confidence, self-esteem, self-respect.
yeah, it's the same thing.
Self-esteem and self-worth are the same thing, aren't they? Self-esteem and
The same,
self-worth
the
are
same
both
thing.
the
Okay, I'm
same.
talking about the same thing. Now, if we said that, we at the working place, we do need our self-confidence, okay, in order to get the job or to do it, then let's look at again with the principle of opposite, okay, and look at the creation. That means also that in the creation, if you do need confidence, self-confidence into work, then on the creation you don't need any. All right, you don't need any in order to start. It's not one of the qualification that you'll have self-confidence in order to create. All right, we said there are no expectations, so what do you need self-confidence for? Now, the self-confidence is kind of like turning into another concept, which I think is more worthy, which is bravery. Right? I think it's all depends on the bravery. The moment that you like decide that the inspiration that you got, you're gonna turn it into some kind of like object, something which is existing in reality, then you just need the brave to do that. Okay, the bravery to do that. The actual, step that you're whatever every probably like in every day before you're like going on
I
live.
mean,
Okay, you have this
bravery.
moment. You're saying to yourself, "Yeah, now I'm gonna do it. Okay, now I'm gonna do it." Right? And
So
here we go.
bravery has
This is
been
the moment.
hijacked by the LGBTQ
Oh
um,
yeah. Okay. So
agenda.
whatever kind of like
Talking,
you
but
want to
you're
find
right. It's
another
no,
terminology.
but you're right. It is like, and so you have to think about what is bravery. Well, bravery is the will
Courage. Okay.
it's
Courage.
courage. It's the will to
Courage.
continue despite fear.
Hmm.
Despite
Hmm.
it's working through fear. That is,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
despite fear. That's
Yeah.
bravery, right?
Yeah.
That's
And
why
fear is not
a hero.
existing.
That's why a hero, a true hero, say a fireman, who goes in and rescues a baby, and everybody says, "That was so brave, you're so brave." And the true hero will not actually feel brave because they just shut all fear out and ran in and did it. They just went and did it. They weren't thinking about it, you know?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, because fear is not existing in this reality. Okay, fear is an invention like any other inventions of the devil. No matter in which field or whatever. Okay, fear is something that you are kind of like worried that will happen out of your consequences. Okay, but while you are making the decision and you are like considering this fear, so you might be, dismissing your decision. Okay, let it go. Or you can decide that this fear is not really happened yet. Okay, it's not really existing yet. I can still determine if this fear will realize or not. All right,
that's
and
anxiety. That's the thing. So fear is unmanifest. Anxiety is unmanifested fear, kind of thing.
yeah,
It's anxiety is the imagination of fearful things.
yeah,
Right, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah, I
something.
know.
It's not. So fear should only be something that's presented in front of you, or
Yeah.
like, yeah, like if
See,
somebody says to you,
I got myself like this option, okay, this option, and if you this choice in the recent war that we got over here, each time that they like at the beginning of the war there were like tons of sirens or whatever, sometimes a few times in the evening or whatever, and each time you have this and above your head, and you're telling yourself, okay, they're expecting me to fear right now with all this, pyrotechnic fireworks that they're doing right now. They're expecting me to fear. This is what they want me to do, to run out like crazy to the shelter. Ah! I'm not going to give them this satisfaction, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, I will run in screams to the shelter, or I will sit down here in my chair and wait for things to happen, because if God wants me to dead, it will happen. And I think that, it will be better off for me to, on my last moments, to say, come on, bring it on, let's see you, than to run out like crazy to the shelter, right? It's more dignified, right? So this is about fear. And one of the fears that I will connect it to the creation thing, one of the fears that you have before you start working, and this is this thing with the bravery, talks I think that I kind of like defined it as the mismatch that might have with your personality that you know so far with the creation that you created. Okay, I'm like ordinary guy. I manage translation company, whatever. Very strict and job. Okay, with my computer all day, whatever,
"Jolly man."
and kind of like this is how people from our work know me and whatever. So let's on the creation side, okay, it can't be the same character. Okay, it can't be the same character because, as we said, the expectations are different. All right, if you are like know that you are now dealing with creation, create yourself your own character which is suited to this kind of like field or thing that you're gonna be occupied with. Okay, and and this is your chance to, I don't know, invent yourself, to relive yourself, to be what we ever wanted, whatever. I remember like on the first show that I participated with on abroad with Paul on the plane and Roxanne. I came up and like at the beginning I told them, listen, I'm kind of feel uncomfortable over here. I know that you are like Paul on the plane and you are Roxanne, the globalist denier. I told them, I want a wrestler name like that, like you have. And I told them, yeah, now that you're going to present me, you're going to call me Nir Esh News Shoshani. And actually, Paul did that the rest of the show. And it was really nice. And I kind of like, because this is the way that I know on my funny, imagination or whatever, that I saw myself as my top near my great alter ego is kind of like big ass wrestler comes into the ring with all the fireworks and smoke and and like knocks everybody out. So this is kind of like some kind of like fantasy. And
Which
I
is,
told myself,
which
yeah,
is just
I want.
it's
Yeah,
just an aspect that's just like part of your ego.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
But okay. But if we talked about ego, it kind of like sounds pretty much egoistic to invent yourself all kinds of like names and theme music and special,
Egotistical. It's
words that
yeah.
you use things or
It's
things like that.
because
It
you're
sounds egoistic. Yeah,
inflating the ego's sense of
yeah, yeah,
self-worth.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
uh, the expectations and the whole thing, the whole direction of what you're doing it for is not for yourself. Is for that other people can enjoy your creation. If you will attach better your greater image, your greater character to your creation, then people will understand it better. They will be able to relate with your creation. Okay, you're doing that for them, not for yourself. All right. In order that the creation will be more complete along with the person who created it. So I think it's altogether, it's not an egoistic thing. It's a fun thing, okay? And it's a thing that actually encourage your courage that we said earlier, okay? It's something like that. If you are like, considering, I'm gonna create this thing, maybe it's like a good idea, but I don't know how I'm gonna present this because I'm not really related to, people don't know me that way, okay? So create yourself your whole new character that you are like this creator, and I know, labelize yourself, do all the merchandise things that you see that you're doing on, when they want to promote some kind of like artist or something like that. But do that in your own special and fun way, okay? Not the way that they want you to be, but the way that you want to be, okay? And the way that you think that your creation will suit your character afterwards. This is why you are like 007, right?
Yeah, my character doesn't promote itself. My character.
No, it's not about promotion. It's not about promotion. Again, it's about you fitting to your creation. What happens afterwards, after the creation? I told you, it's up to God. It doesn't matter. Okay. This is all for yourself that you will feel a lot comfortable to start with it. Okay, in your new character, and that other people will understand it better as well. This is the main benefits out of it, and you see that everybody are doing it, right? You did that. I did that, right?
I chose in 2009 to fully embrace my the talent that I was born with, and to use that as my source of income, right? And for a while, for a year or two, it was like work. It became work. Like going and playing songs and singing to people became work, and it was like, oh God, gotta go to work, gotta go to work, And when it became like that, that's when I got here, and I said, no, fuck that, man. I'm not doing that. I don't want it to turn into work. And even when I only had to play for 2 hours a night, it was still at 5:30, or the 6 o'clock in the evening or whatever. It'd be like, oh God, yeah, I've got to go and go to work. But it was much easier to go, oh yeah, no, but I'm only going to sit there and sing for 2 hours, man. Fuck it, this is cool. It doesn't matter, It's all going to be easy to get into that, to shake off the feeling that it was work, to remind myself that, yeah, dude, you've got to just go and sit there for 2 hours. It was not like Portugal, where you had to do 3 hour set, drive an hour to the next gig, do another 3 hour set, and at the end of it, I was in agony, and I'd lost my voice, and I was pissed off because of the band, and and it was work. It was hard work as well, very, very hard work, because the amount of energy that goes into a performance, if you're putting 150% of yourself into something, at the end of it, you're absolutely drained.
Now, if you want, we can discuss a little bit about you, Richie. Okay, how do you fit in with all of that? Because I'm not here to criticize or anything. Okay, I'm telling that actually I think that you found some kind of somehow of a good balance. Okay, I don't know many people as you. Okay, that were managed to still create, because what you do is creation all along. Okay, this you're saying all along that this is your source of income. Okay, the performances that you do and all of that, and still I do think that you are coming to that without any expectations. Okay, it's not like that you are signed and agreed with the people who watches you. Okay, how much money they're going to give you. Okay,
I have hopes and wishes. I have no expectations.
Yeah,
and I have faith, massively. I have faith that I'll get what I need when I need it. I won't. I'm not going to drown. It might not be comfortable, but I'll get what I need when I need it. So I manage to, even if it takes a week to fully pay the rent, like pay 50 euros on Monday and 30 euros on Wednesday, and then 20 euros on Friday. So the rent does get paid every week, and
Yeah, I'm really I can understand some kind of like all the struggles, okay, that comes out of the way that you've chosen, okay, and I really,
I mean,
you know,
I mean, I guess I have chosen this. Yeah, I have.
yeah,
I've
you have
chosen. I've
chosen that,
chosen.
yeah,
I've chosen to dig my heels in and say, there's like I'm not accepting these reasons for why I'm not able to go and do what I was doing 5 years ago.
yeah,
What What's
and I think
changed?
that,
Nothing's changed except bureaucracy. I'm not, and it
mhm,
was because some stuck up prick with a fucking tie on who
mhm.
earns too much money to sit there and toss off. You know.
Yeah. So anyway, I do think that you find some kind of like good balance between, the expectations and all the things that can cause you trouble, from like doing that. But altogether, I think that the thing that you've chosen is actually serves a lot more of the other people than yourself. Okay, and this is the moral explanation, the moral definition that you give to this moral way. Okay, I think that like on the essence of it, what you're doing, okay, every day that you're coming here for 7 8 hours, whatever, it's for the other people. It's for the dear people in the chat room. Okay, that you're feeling that they're a part of your family, and it's not for your own ego and your own food on the table. Okay, it's not even for that. So it's so I do like bless you, okay, and on the way that you've taken, and yeah, keep on doing that, okay. If it feels you good, if it feels good, okay, although you have struggles, keep on doing that, okay. And the thing that you're like believing that God will provide for you for whatever you need, very good, yeah.
Well, I'm counting on things to change. In the next couple of months, I'm
Mhm.
counting on things to change. There's also there's stuff going on.
Everything's right.
There's stuff
Mhm.
going on right in my life in the background that
Mhm.
nobody knows anything about because I don't talk about it because I don't
Mhm.
share those things with people because it's not for other people to know about.
Very narrow.
But there's stuff going on in the background of my life, and hopefully, hopefully, by the end of this year, things will be completely fucking different to how they are right
Amen.
now. Completely different.
Amen. Amen.
That's
All
what
right.
we're focused on. So yeah,
Good.
it's all going to be good, man. It's all going to be good, right?
Sure.
We're
Sure.
we're we're doing what the Almighty, we're doing what we're meant to be doing, which is getting on with it, trying to trying to piece together the the true narratives and we're all trying to be better. We're trying to make the experience better, not just for us but for other people as well. And
Mhm.
I think as long as we're doing that, our experience of what happens here will be different to the experience of those that are still really bought into it. Those people that are really bought into the system and everything and think that reality is the way that it was, this is all just what they are in for. Basically Armageddon. It's going to feel like Armageddon, and that it's going to be this, horrific, scary, terrifying experience. But I think those people that have got their ducks in a row, kind of thing, and cleaned their room, those people are going to have a completely different experience.
Yeah. All right, Rich. I finished talking about this episode of the God for the Godly Creation. Oh, it's episode. It's episode. Anyway, and I really enjoyed sharing all these things with you. I know that you are like in the same perspective as I am, and with this guide thing that I'm working on, and I'm working on it for days constantly. It's like every episode, it's like 2 chapters. It's about like 30 minutes, and to edit it all and to think of all the content and narrating. And I told you I do everything myself. Okay, everything. It's like out of myself and with zero budget. Zero budget is very like it's very
like everything I do, dude. Like everything
What?
I do. Like everything I do.
Yeah. Zero budget is not coming out of like
Zero budget and
coming out of-
zero external input. It's all 100% from you. That's good, man. That's good.
Listen, tell yourself, okay, that working with zero budget, it's good, okay? Not because you don't have money to afford yourself. It's good because you're doing the opposite thing from the mainstream media, okay? They're doing things with tons of budget. We're doing things with zero budget, opposite. That's all. Rich, I think that I'm going to tell you goodbye for today. I left you with a very nice song that I discovered of, who's Mike Brunt?
I don't know. He looks French. Rien
I think he was like Israeli in sometimes. Okay? He was a newcomer for French, and he was like an Israeli over here, and he sang all kinds of like nice chansons and stuff. And I don't know.
Thank you.
Kind of like the thing that I thought about leaving you for this Shabbat coming in right now in Israel. I'm not gonna sing today. Not now. But I'm gonna leave you with this one, and hopefully I gave the chat room over here some kind of like nice conclusion, nice thoughts I made about this creation thing. It's a thing that I'm like really dear to my heart, and hopefully I will get this guide done and go on for my next creation. So, people of chat room, dear Rich, everyone. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you very much, dude. Ladies and gents, please. Thank you. My friend Nia. And we're going to play this. Hang on. Hang on, I'm trying to sort this out.
Quand je te dis qu'il vaudra mieux ne plus se revoir nous deux, j'étais certes à cette fois que rien ne me retiendrait. On se trompe quelquefois. Une larme a tout changé. Rien qu'une larme dans tes yeux. Et soudain je réalise que de nous deux, c'est moi le plus malheureux. Par ma faute trop de fois, mon amour tu as pleuré. J'ai voulu partir sans toi, et sans fois je suis resté. Rien qu'une larme dans tes yeux. Je comprends combien je t'aime. Je t'aime.